Black discipline is the moment you stop asking your feelings for permission to live correctly. Because motivation comes and goes like weather. This morning you might feel on fire, and by afternoon you're flat. Today you feel strong, tomorrow you feel empty. The most dangerous thing isn't that emotions change. It's that you hand the steering wheel of your life to something that changes every hour. Your brain, if left alone, will choose what's easy, not what's right. It wants 10 more minutes of sleep, a quick dopamine hit from sugar, TikTok, anything immediate and effortless. It hates ambiguity, hates starting, hates the first discomfort of learning from scratch, making mistakes, repeating. And don't rush to label that laziness. It's biology. Your nervous system is built to conserve energy, avoid risk, and pick the least costly path. The problem is, the least costly path today is often the most expensive one tomorrow. So if you want your life to rise, you can't keep playing the kind person to yourself in the form of indulgence. There's a kind of kindness that sounds gentle but destroys people. Comforting yourself too early, forgiving yourself too fast, making vague promises, then rewarding yourself before you've earned it. You say, "I'll work tonight," then reward yourself with just a little scrolling to relax. You say, "I'll work out tomorrow," then soothe yourself with, "Let me eat first. I'll make up for it later." You say, "I'll rest after I finish," but you rest first and postpone responsibility. That's how you train your brain to learn one lesson. You get rewarded even when you don't do the work. And once your brain learns that, the more you try to find motivation, the more you lose, because your reward system is now on the side of procrastination. Black discipline isn't self-hatred, it's self-management. It's the moment you become the inner administrator, the one who makes the rules, maintains the system, and doesn't let emotion interrupt execution. It doesn't fight feelings. It simply removes feelings from the voting booth when it comes to behavior. You can still be sad, tired, bored, but your emotions are no longer the chairperson deciding whether you show up today or not. Black discipline asks one brutal, clarifying question. Even if your mood is bad, can you keep the rhythm? Because a life doesn't collapse from one weekday. It collapses from the habit of dropping to zero whenever you don't feel like it. You can lower intensity, but don't lower it to zero. If it rains, you train lightly at home. If you're sad, you work at a lower pace, but you still work. If you're exhausted, you shorten the session, but you don't disappear. Rhythm matters more than performance, and that's the secret of people who go far. They don't win because of their high-energy days. They win because on ordinary days, they don't vanish. Black discipline also doesn't glorify punishment. It simply raises the cost of laziness in a smart way. You don't need to torture yourself. You just need to stop letting procrastination be free. If you don't finish, there's no movie tonight. If you don't train, there's no good coffee. If the task isn't done, entertainment stays off. It sounds simple, but the brain runs on that simplicity. Behavior leads to consequence. And if you want an even stronger lever, you use a powerful instinct. Humans fear loss more than they crave gain. If laziness doesn't cost you anything, you'll keep choosing it. But if you place a sum of money that hurts just enough, and you make a clear contract, don't do the work, the money goes straight to charity. No begging, no exceptions. Your brain understands instantly. Not doing it means losing. At that point, you don't need to beg for motivation. You just follow the rule. Then there's the hardest truth that saves the most people. Discipline doesn't die because you do too little. It dies because you talk too much. You announce goals that are huge compared to your real actions, then you create a gap that becomes shame, and shame becomes quitting. You say you'll read 50 books, and you read 2. You say you'll train 90 minutes daily, and you break by day 5. You say content every night, and you can't write a paragraph. Black discipline chooses the opposite. No grand promises, only small actions, small enough that you can't refuse. 10 pages, 25 minutes of deep work, 30 squats, 1 journal entry. Small, doable, doable. Momentum, discipline. Discipline isn't born from inspiration, it's born from inertia. And inertia isn't built through explosions, it's built through steady steps. In the end, black discipline is a quiet oath. I will not let instinct drag my life downward anymore. You have the right to be vulnerable. You have the right to be tired. You have the right to feel low. But you do not have the right to let procrastination drive your entire life, because its cost isn't collected today. It's collected slowly through lost self-respect, missed opportunities, and the aching thought, I know I could have done better, but I didn't. Black discipline doesn't turn you into a robot. It turns you into a free person. Freedom isn't doing whatever you want. Freedom is not being controlled by what's easy. It's doing what's right even when you don't feel like it. So tomorrow you can live by your choices, not by your brain's default habits. Black discipline equals minimizing emotion inside decisions, maximizing clarity in behavior, and stabilizing the system. Ruthless only where necessary, compassionate in the deepest way. It rescues you from the weakest version of yourself.